Hello beauties, I hope you're doing fabulous. Today I wanted to create a 9-pan palette using some of these shades and then of course some mattes. And the thing is, the 9-pan palette is supposed to be a very good palette for New Year's. And this is going to be my custom made palette for December. If that sounds good to you, hang tight, we're getting to it right now. As you can see in front of me, I have the 16-pan Shiny Shifty Singles palette that I featured, I think, in my last video, or I'll link the video in the description box below if you're curious in which video. I'm going to use the shimmers from here, but of course, as I said, we're going to need some mattes, and I have brought some of my mattes that we are going to just run through and figure out which are good mattes to use to complement the specific shimmers that I pick. So let's get started first with deciding on the shimmers. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side. As I mentioned, I'm thinking about a New Year's type of look. And of course, New Year's looks are usually sparkly and shimmery. So I have my eyes on Dark Side, Oxidation, and Cesium. One of these two. And if you're wondering about the shifts, you can watch my other video. I swatched these. These two both have a silvery shift. And I think between the two, I'm going to go with this one because this is a lot more festive. This one is also super beautiful. It's flaky and it's a little bit more difficult to manage because it's flaky. So I'm going to put that to the side. I really want to pick Dark Side, but I almost feel like if I pick Dark Side, then the palette is going to have a lot of black in it. And I'm going to pass on Dark Side for now. Between these two goldy colors, I'm going to pass on the super gold one and go with this one because this is a lot more versatile. You can use it with a variety of different colors because it does have a green shift as well. And then of all the greens, so we have Peacock, we have Zigzag, we have Parrot, and we have Dragon Slayer, and of course we have Shine by SD, these two from Shine by SD. I have used Zigzag in another custom-made palette, so let's use Peacock. I think Peacock is going to be very beautiful for this time of the year. I feel that these Shine by SD ones are going to be a little too much. But since when do I care? I'm going to pick this beauty. I do feel that the other one is a little too magenta and doesn't really remind me of the New Year. Green is more New Year. Green gold is more New Year to me. And Kiln also not as much New Year. Also, Kiln has a black base. I kind of feel like this was pretty dark and this one is also dark. I don't want to do too many dark colors. Okay, let's for now say these are the shimmers that I'm going to go with. So I have these 4 shimmers and then we're going to find 5 mattes that would complement these shimmers. Okay, beauties, I quickly swatched the 4 shimmers on my hand to remember what they look like as I'm looking at different mattes. I'm going to put these colors on the side for a minute. And for my matte colors, I'm going to go into this palette that was a collab between Bella Beauty Bar, Ellie Star, and Brittany Huffman. I bought this palette on a discount during Black Friday sale, and as you can see, one of the shades came broken. It's a black shade. We're not going to touch that. We're going to decide on the other shades. I want a burgundy-ish color, so I'm just mentally thinking something like this, but this doesn't look warm enough for me. But let me quickly swatch this just to see. This color could do, but it's not warm enough. I want a warm color that I can use in the honestly crease or outer V that can go with either of these colors. And this color is too cool toned. Another option would be something like this, but this one is also too cool toned. Another option would be a purple. So I could try and see if I can use that one. I can use a purple with this one, for example. That would look beautiful. Actually, I don't mind that. Even it could even go with the red one or Cesium. Well, it could go with either of the colors. So let me get the purple one out. These colors are not that easy to get out, friends. Okay, so this color is going to be one of our colors. And I already kind of decided against this one. I want a warmer burgundy. And I do feel like this palette has a lot of very light toned colors, and I don't want something this light toned. I also don't want greens. So I think for now I'm good. And I'm going to move on to some more mattes. Okay, let's look at some colors that I have in this Give Me Glow palette. I do have this one. What's the name? This is Wine O'Clock, but I want something more neutral toned than this. But this one is so beautiful. This would be ideal in the crease. Yeah, I'm keeping this color. This one is Trust Fund. And do I want blue? Blue would look good with that, but blue doesn't really remind me of New Year. Let me keep the blue for now because, and this one is Grapeness. This could help maybe the look, we'll see. For now, I'm keeping it because I also don't want the palette to be super neutral colored. Okay, so now we have some neutral colors, but I was thinking something deeper than these, and I do think I have this one from Terra Moons. Actually, let me first use this one. So this is Chestnut from Terra Moons. Yep, this is what I was thinking about. So using this in the outer V, and I can use, honestly, either of these across my lid if I do that. I'm now missing one shade, and I do feel like something that goes between these colors. So these colors are super colorful, but this corner looks very nice. Actually, even that one. Let me take all of these out and see. And decide if we want to keep any of them or get rid of them. So the first one is Royal. Let me swatch it against this color. Royal is much more purple to me and goes, I think, better with this color. So for now, Royal is up, and this one is Regal. You see how pigmented these Terra Moons colors are? I'm gonna vote against Regal. This is too blue. I actually wonder if I should keep both of these because the color that I picked from the, unfortunately these don't have a name. This one is the one that I picked from the Best Mattes palette. This on your eye, if you put it in a small surface from a distance, could be missed for a gray or maybe even a neutral color like black. So, and I want to keep that because of that. Now the question is, do I want to swap these two? So the blue versus Arabian Nights from Terra Moons. Let me clean my fingers for a second. So I was thinking I can use it with this color. Or let's say, can I use it with these colors? I mean, it does go with all of them versus using this blue. I feel like this blue could have been darker. This one is pretty, and I feel like this is much more in my comfort zone because it's a teal, but I want to step out of my comfort zone, so I'm going to pick the blue, which is Grapeness, and I'm going to put back the teal. And in this process, I realized this purple doesn't really go with the type of look that I want. So I'm putting that back, and I already decided against Regal. So that one is going. Okay, friends, it looks like this is going to be our 9-pan palette. I'm mentally trying to imagine what kind of looks I can make with this before I finalize this. For example, I can use this across the lid, the green, and put the blue in the crease and in the outer V. Or I can even add a little bit of purple to the outer V of the same look for something a little bit deeper. And I can maybe even put this color in the inner corner. I could also do something completely different and instead of blue, use burgundy. Another thing I can do is instead of green, to use this red. So the red across the lid with the burgundy in the outer V. For the same look, I could even use this gray, this very mild color. What kind of color is this? Because this is kind of gray, kind of mauve, and that can be my transition shade. And I can just use these or even the purple. Or obviously I can do blue, like go completely the opposite direction. With this green, I could use the burgundy or I could use this one. Let me quickly swatch to make sure that even makes sense. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I could make that work. But of course, it's always a lot easier to make a look using the base color or a variation of the base color of your shimmer color in the outer V. So it's a lot easier to use this color in the outer V than the gray. But because this purple color is very gray and neutral, it could still work. And then of course, I can use this shimmer color with the gray, or honestly, I can use it with any color because it's shimmer and it's neutral. The good thing about neutral colors is that they can be used with any other color. So I think we're good. I think I got my 9-pan. So let me see if I can come up with an arrangement that makes sense for these 9 pans. Okay, friends, I spent a little bit of time rearranging these shades in such a way that I can use each column or row more or less for making a cohesive look. So I can use these three, these three, so horizontally each row, or I can also go up and down the columns for making a look. And I like that arrangement. And with this, we come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you enjoy these kinds of videos where I walk through the process of how I make custom-made palettes, give this video a thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments below if you want me to make another video doing 2 eye looks using this custom-made palette. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Happy holidays. And until next time, bye.